and welcome back to yet another installment of Rapid Licks. Alright, so today's lick is long overdue. I am finally doing a Mick Mars lick. Now, Mick Mars is indeed one of my absolute favorite guitar players of all time. I could do a whole episode on how much I love this guy and his playing, but I'll save that for another time. Basically, what I've done is I've taken a lick that was in the ultra-famous tune Kickstart My Heart, and I have basically just made a long shred run out of it because that's what we do on this channel. And yeah, I'm going to break it down and I'm going to teach it to you. So let's get going. Alright, so as per usual, there's a few housekeeping items we should take care of before we get into the lick itself. Normally, all Motley Crue songs, I shouldn't say normally, all Motley Crue songs, as far as I'm concerned, are in D standard. Just so I'm not dealing with retuning a guitar, we're going to do this in standard tune, make things nice and easy. Basically, this whole thing is constructed around G minor. So G minor, for those of you who've forgotten G minor, it sounds kind of like this. Perfect. And basically, we're going to do this just on two strings. So we're going to be looking just at your B and E strings, and we'll just keep kind of in this position and shift up to make things easy, okay? Also, one thing I do want to mention about this this sequence that we're doing, the picking isn't the most important thing. Basically, I'm doing alternate picking, starting with the downstroke, but you don't have to. You can do like an economy swipe through on the two strings here, which end up as a bar. Whatever works. Trust me, Mick Mars doesn't really think about his picking when he plays, even though he plays very ergonomically. He's just trying to make a cool sound. So, find what works for you. Do that. Alright, so basically this whole thing is going to be built around a lick. And I'm going to play that lick, and then we'll talk about the lick, and then I'll show you the sequence, okay? So the lick is going to look and sound like this. Okay, that's it. That's the entire lick. He just plays this, I think, one time in that solo, and of course we've made a sequence out of this, but great little lick. So all I'm doing here, since we're doing this in G minor, is I'm up here on my high B string, like there's another B string, and I'm on the 15th fret. I pick that once, and then I jump down with a finger roll, or I can just bar it to my high E string, and I play the 15th fret there. So we got, and then I come back and play that B again on the 15th fret. And this time, instead of playing the 15th fret on the high E string, I jump up to the 17th fret, then I come back to the B again on the 15th fret, and then I go up one more in the scale to the 18th fret, back to the B, back to the 17, back to the 15. Okay, so it's like this. That's essentially the lick. It's just going to repeat through the entire pattern, okay? So now that we got that, let's get into the sequence. Alright, so for the sequence, we're going to start this right here on this G note located on your B string up on the 8th fret. And yeah, we're just going to be doing the exact same pattern I just showed you, but shifting up. So come here, and we're thinking G minor, so you're going to be playing the 8th string on the B note, then you're going to be playing on the high E string your 8th, 10th, and 11th. Okay, and we're just going to repeat the sequence like I showed you. All right, so the only difference when you're playing the sequence is, instead of ending this down here on the last note that you would play like I showed you when we were doing this, the way that Mick would have done it in that solo, don't play the very last note. So when you come back to the B string for the last time, don't jump back to the E string with a finger roll. So in this case, it would be like that. See how I came back here and I played the 8th fret on the high string? Don't do that. We don't need that note. We're only going to be playing back to the B. Okay, so the sequence is what we got so far. Okay, with me? Good. Now that we've gotten that far, we're going to shift up with your index finger from the 8th fret all the way up here to the 10th. And you guessed it, we're just going to be repeating this pattern again. So we're going to be playing on the B string the 10th fret, on the E string the 10th fret, on the E string the 11th fret, and finally the 13th. So just repeat that pattern, but starting on this thing, and again, we don't play that last note like we did in the original lick. So it'll be kind of like this. Okay, so far up to this point, here's what we got. Okay, all right, good. So now that we've gotten that far, the next thing you need to do is, in this lick, you need to shift up again. So following the scale of G minor, Our next note is going to be right here, which is the B string on the 11th fret. And you're going to play the exact same sequence we just did, starting there. And the notes are going to be, of course, the B string 11th fret, the high E string 11th fret, high string 13th fret, and then the G note up here on the 15th. So it'll look like this. Okay, so all together, here's what we have up to that point. All right, and yep, now we got to shift again. All right, so now that we're all the way up here, we're going to be starting the next phrase off on the B string on the 13th fret. And the notes we're going to be using, of course, B string 13th fret. And on your E string, we've got the 13, we've got the 15, and we've got the 17. So again, just repeat the sequence. Perfect. All right, so up to this point, here's what we got. Good. All right, so for the last piece, we're going to shift all the way up here to your 15th fret on the B string, and we're going to play that note, and then the notes we're going to be dealing with are 15, 17, and 18 on the B string. So basically, this is just, you know, the good old pentatonic G box everybody knows. You know, this guy right here. That thing. So we're in this box now. Nice and familiar territory, good place to end this thing. So that's why I finished it off in this shape. All right, so playing those notes I just showed you, the sequence will sound and end just like this. Good. Now, when I ended this before, I did a big bend here. I just grabbed what is that? On the B string, the 18th fret, and I bend it up a whole step to essentially what would be right here, which is the 20th fret. Like so. The reason I did that is because on the 20th fret of the B string, we have a G. So we're in the key of G minor. That's a good spot to resolve. Just bend up, hit a G, and you're good to go. Okay, so let's play this whole thing together slowly. Good. Okay, let's speed things up a bit. All right, kids, maximum effort. All right, so there you have it. One Mick Mars lick turned into a sequence. And again, I'm playing this just really kind of linear, straight up the scale. You can go ahead and skip spots too, which kind of adds some interesting variation. Like, I mean, you could come up here and do something like, you know, every other, and you know, that sounds really great. Now, you know, music does work both ways, so we could even play this thing backwards if you wanted to. That also works. All right, so that's, yeah, like I said, this is it's a pretty easy lick. That's part of the reason why I really, really like Mick Mars. He doesn't necessarily write complicated stuff you can't do. His approach to guitar playing is really ergonomic, finds things that sound quick to your ear but aren't actually all that quick to play. So, you know, apply this to your own playing and see what kind of interesting stuff you can come up with. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys today. So if you like the lick and like the channel, please make sure that you hit the like and subscribe button. Thanks. And yeah, that's it. That's all for today. So as per usual, just keep on shredding and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.